Almost every AI system in the world runs on chips made by one company, Nvidia. Last year, it sold nearly $200 billion of them. A chip is the piece of hardware that does the computing. Every answer an AI gives you is worked out on one. So the whole boom, the data centers, the trillion-dollar valuations depends on who can make these chips, which looks like the ultimate monopoly. But it isn't. And the real story is stranger. So why doesn't every other country just make its own? A few companies do, but almost all of them are American. And the chips you can actually buy come down to just two: Nvidia and a distant second. Why only two? The surprising part is that the hardest thing isn't designing the chip. It's the software. Almost all of the world's AI is written for Nvidia's software. Switch to a rival's chip, and most of it has to be rebuilt from scratch. Even one of the biggest chip makers on Earth tried, and barely made a dent. So the real lock was never the chip. It's the software everyone already runs on. You'd assume that's the bottleneck. It isn't. Because even Nvidia can't build its own chips. Designing a chip and building one are completely different jobs, and almost no one on Earth can do the second. Nearly every advanced chip in the world is built by a single company on one island, Taiwan. More than 90% of them in a place you could drive across in a day. And even that company can't do it alone. Because the circuits on a modern chip are now finer than a wave of light. To print them, you need a special kind of light, and the only way to get it is to make it. You make it by firing a laser at a drop of molten tin 50,000 times a second. Then you focus it with the smoothest mirrors ever made. One company spent 30 years learning to do all of that. Just one. Two giants tried for decades, and both gave up. So every advanced chip in the world is printed by that one machine. There is no second one. Now, you'd assume someone eventually catches up. And China is trying, with everything it has. It's spending billions. But it can't buy the one machine it needs. The Netherlands has refused to sell it one since 2019. So its best factory is a generation behind, at a fraction of the yield. A new factory costs $28 billion. But the real barrier isn't the money. It's the decades of know-how, which no amount of cash can buy. So here's the twist. The monopoly everyone argues about is Nvidia's, and it's already cracking. Rivals design their own chips now, already about a quarter of them. But whichever chip wins, it still gets printed on that same machine, and packaged by the one company that can. Those two steps have no real competition at all. The real bottleneck was never the chip company in the headlines. Pull back and the AI race stops looking like a race. It's a single, fragile chain. Designed in America, built in Taiwan, on a machine from the Netherlands, with memory from Korea and chemicals from Japan. Every link is in a different country, and not one of them has a backup. It's the most advanced thing we build, and one of the easiest to stop. Break a single link, and the whole industry stops with it. And China holds the far end of that chain, the raw materials almost everything starts from. So no country can make an advanced AI chip on its own. The real question was never who's winning the AI race. It's what happens the day a single link breaks.